guys, it's Erin and today I'm going to review Anna Karenina. So Anna Karenina is a Russian novel written by Leo Tolstoy and finished in 1877. This is the time of the great Russian novelists. Tolstoy and Dostoevsky are the kind of two big names, and I am not going to hold the book anymore because it's really heavy. So Anna Karenina was my February classics read. It's taken me a while to get around to reviewing it because, first of all, I didn't finish it until last week, and second of all, because I didn't finish it until last week. It was probably a dumb choice for February because it's 822 pages, but that's okay. Anna Karenina begins with this really famous quote. It says, "All happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way." Although the book is titled Anna Karenina, the story really is about families, and in particular relationships between a man and a woman. The book actually opens with not Anna, but with Anna's brother, a man named Stepan Oblonsky. And Stepan is upset because his wife is upset because she has found out that he has been having an affair. Now, this is not Stepan's first affair, and he does not plan for it to be his last affair. The reason he's upset is because his wife is upset and threatening to leave him. He likes his life the way it is. He does not want his wife to leave him. That would be a nuisance and an inconvenience. And are we getting a picture of Stepan? The novel almost immediately draws attention to the double standard that exists in society for men and women when it comes to adulterous relationships. And this is a common thing that Tolstoy just keeps bringing up very subtly throughout the story. You hear about so-and-so having an affair with so-and-so and whatever, and always it's the women who are censured more than the men. That's not the plot. So Anna comes to town to help Dolly, and she convinces Dolly, Stepan's wife, to forgive her husband and not leave him. While Anna is in town in Moscow, she goes to some social affairs, and at one of them she meets a man named Vronsky. Now, Vronsky has been going out with, in the 19th century kind of way. He's been going out with Dolly's little sister, Kitty, and Kitty is super in love with Vronsky, and she's pretty sure that he is going to make an offer to her of marriage, and she's pretty excited about that prospect. Also, a family friend of Kitty and Dolly's, a man named Konstantin Levin. He is a farmer. He lives on an estate out in the country most of the time, but he's decided that he wants to propose to Kitty. He and Kitty were friends when they were younger and children, and now Konstantin is ready to get married, and he thinks he's just very in love with Kitty. It's kind of adorable, actually. He's just so in love with her. But Kitty's expecting an offer from Vronsky, so when Levin proposes to her, even though she recognizes that it's a good match and she recognizes that she does actually care about Levin, she tells him no. And this is just really devastating to Levin, and he goes away. Vronsky has to go to Petersburg, and he and Anna end up on the same train, and they end up just having this like insta-love, passionate thing where they're both just super attracted to each other. And Anna agrees to have an affair with Vronsky. So Vronsky throws off Kitty, which devastates her, and they start this affair, which is the kind of the centerpiece of the book, really. Which is why it's called Anna Karenina. The story follows the Oblonskys and Anna and Vronsky and her husband and Levin and Kitty. They come together and get married. And it really focuses on these three sets of characters. That's very helpful because there are a lot of people in this book, but because Tolstoy focuses on just a handful of people, it's easier to follow what's going on. Tolstoy also does a good job of kind of following a small set of characters for a number of chapters. His chapters are very short, and he'll follow a group of characters for up to 10 chapters, and so it's just like a small little set of these people, and that also helps keep everybody straight. I really found that I didn't have a problem with keeping everything straight, which I appreciated. What I liked so much about Anna Karenina is the nuanced portrayal that Tolstoy gives of all of his characters. Everybody has their own personal problems that they have to work through personally. No one person is the savior of another. For example, Levin has some kind of existential angst about life, and he kind of thinks that once he's married and he starts this family life, which he really, really longs for, that his life will just get totally better. And then he gets married and it's not better because that's not how life works. So I just really liked that part about Tolstoy. He was very honest. All of the characters have really positive aspects and also are very deeply flawed. And the happiness of their ending in the book depends on how well they can work through their flaws and let their positive aspects overtake their negative ones. So to take Anna as an example, Anna is a brilliant woman. She's beautiful, she's very intelligent, she's very motivated, she's very loving, she cares deeply for the people that she cares about. And her husband, Alexei, you can see he's just not right for her. And in fact, Tolstoy even says that their marriage was a mistake. They were not a couple that should have gotten together. But they did, and Alexei really does care for his wife. You get enough of his perspective to see that, but he doesn't know how to show it to her in a way that is understandable to her. He's one of those people that's really, really smart, that's really, really dedicated and diligent, but he's very kind of like, he doesn't know how to show his emotions. He doesn't understand that. People kind of confuse him a little bit. He's better with systems. He's a really good bureaucrat. And Anna wants this dramatic, passionate, emotional kind of love that he just cannot offer to her. Vronsky can for a while. And this is part of the reason that she agrees to having an affair with him. She wants that to be swept off of her feet and to feel this kind of torrent of emotion. And so because of Alexei's portrayal and because of Vronsky's portrayal and because of Anna's portrayal, you completely understand, even if you don't agree with, Anna's choice to leave her husband and take up with Vronsky. It makes perfect sense. But because of the kind of love that Anna wants, it eventually backfires. So Anna wants this really passionate, intense, emotional experience, but as time passes and her relationship with Vronsky cools, she gets unhappy again. And instead of recognizing that this is just kind of what happens in a relationship, you can't keep that passion, that first love, alive all the time. And it's settling, instead of allowing it to settle into something more comfortable, more mutual, deeper, richer, instead she gets anxious and jealous. And she worries that Vronsky is going to leave her for someone younger and more beautiful. And this anxiety causes problems for their relationship, obviously, and also causes a lot of problems for Anna, and eventually leads to kind of a tragic ending for her. On the flip side, you have someone like Levin, who I mentioned earlier, who is very convinced that getting married is going to solve all of his problems. And then it doesn't. And he's kind of blown away by this a little bit. But instead of doing what Anna does and letting it turn him into a bundle of anxiety, he and Kitty work through their problems. They negotiate. She explains to him how she feels. He explains to her how he feels. They talk through things. And as a result, their relationship gets stronger. And things do get better for Levin, although not completely better. Levin learns that he has to solve his own problems. He can't expect a relationship to fix things for him. And in the end, because he has to stand on his own 2 feet and he's willing to do that, he does end up having some enlightenment about his own self, and his story ends happily. So that is what I really liked the most about Anna Karenina, is just the characters. They're so interesting. I feel like I missed a lot of nuance in the story just about all of these people, and I definitely look forward to being able to revisit this book someday. Probably not for a year or two, just because it's so long, and I have lots of other things to read before I start rereading anything else. But I really liked this book. I gave Anna Karenina 5 stars. My book is sad because, can you see how the paint is coming off, because I carried it around everywhere with me for like 3 weeks, and it was just a really great reading experience. I'll link my account below so you can head over there if you'd like to read my full review. So that's it for this video, guys. If you liked this video and you would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You can also follow me on Instagram @WithTheClassics and on Twitter @WithClassics. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!